It allows me to change the conversation with patients from pain to brain.
I myself use BrainTap on my lunch break pretty much every day. I'll take a 15-minute session and I'll just sit in. We have a neurofeedback room and I'll put that on. And for 15 minutes, I'll just really relax.
And then he put the neuro tracker back on me. He said, well, let's look at your biologic age and your chronologic age. And in the 20 minutes, my biological age had improved by 10 years.
And you'll see the results so quickly in your practice. They'll be telling you stories, your patients, of how it's impacted their life. And it's a no-brainer. Go do it.
Being a chiropractor for over 30 years and being on the media, when people ask me about what is the nervous system, I always begin the dialogue through brain rather than nerve root.
I always ask my patients if there was an affordable, convenient, and effective way to help you get where you want to be quicker, would you want to learn about it? And they all say yes. So we implemented BrainTap in our practices years ago. We use it in the office. We send patients home with them. We've got places here that they can actually use it while they're after their adjustment. To me, it's just a game changer. It allows me to get better results. And Fab, here's the reality. It allows me to change the conversation with patients from pain to brain.
We see so many cool things in the weight loss side of the equation, with just people dropping pounds, changing the way they look at things. I have patients all the time telling me about how stressful their job is, and they'll get going on the BrainTap side of the equation, and they'll come back in. They're like, "Brian, I just have to share with you today that I was at work, and it was just a horrible situation, and it was stressful, and all of a sudden, in the back of my mind, I hear Patrick's voice talking to me, saying, just take a breath, relax." And I did, and it worked. I got through that meeting, or I got through that moment, and I was like a different person that day. So it's pretty neat getting that kind of feedback from people. To me, that's just something that is included in our report of findings, whether it's a nutritional supplement, your recommendations for care. In my world, it's obviously the chiropractic adjustment, but it just becomes a part of that protocol. Like, these are the three most important things to help you get from where you are to where we want to go. And it's, again, from a cost standpoint, you're going to be hard pressed to find another piece of equipment for $600 that's got the amount of research that this thing does. And you'll see the results so quickly in your practice. They'll be telling you stories, your patients, of how it's impacted their life. And it's a no-brainer. Go do it.
Wow, this technology can actually help me be more effective in reprogramming myself to become the person I was destined to be, not the person that were victim of the circumstances that I had before me.
I just went into the most divine state. And then he put the neuro tracker back on me. He said, well, let's look at your biologic age and your chronologic age. And in the 20 minutes, my biological age had improved by 10 years. Now, anyone who's getting older, that's the magic ticket. I'm all in if I can get younger in 20 minutes. So I was like, all right, I'll take 10 of those and I'm going to go home and I'm going to change the world, because everyone's issue is, how are you going to age and have your health age meet your chronologic age or be better than that, as opposed to the chronologic age is increasing, but our health age is shrinking. And that has been a devastating part of, what we deal with on a daily basis.
I myself use BrainTap on my lunch break pretty much every day. I'll take a 15-minute session and I'll just sit in. We have a neurofeedback room and I'll put that on. And for 15 minutes, I'll just really relax. And my brain, I tell you, the afternoons are far better in my life for my patients and myself when I do that midday BrainTap. And so I do that. We use it with clients before neurofeedback, after neurofeedback. We actually even use it from time to time in our low pressure hyperbaric chamber, which is, people love that. It's really healthy for them. And you can use that type of device in a low pressure chamber safely.
When we started to use BrainTap and started to be able to influence delta, theta, alpha, beta, gamma waves, and to induce those in people and see the changes they created, it was like a miracle. because we've now reintegrated the nervous system back and restored pituitary, hypothalamic, adrenal, endocrine axis control, all through using the BrainTap technology. And when you have something that they can measure themselves with, they can show they're improving over time in a demonstrable way, it brings compliance, it brings confidence, it erases self-doubt. We can measure this, and here's where you're at.
But for my people they are biohackers and they are really optimizers, and that's a lot of who my clients are. They want to get it right, and so they do all the things, but they forget that they run at such a high speed that they're keeping their system pretty much in a overdrive sympathetic response all day, and that impacts our epigenetic clocks, our circadian rhythm throughout our system. And it just kind of keeps pushing back our sleepy time. So when I hear again and again and again how using this technology has been the one thing when they've already tried other pieces of tech and they've already tried other therapies, and that's the one thing. And I've heard that from dozens, and I mean, I'm being very legitimate, dozens of my clients personally. And it's just like, okay, there you go. Now, from a business standpoint, there's a lot that happens with it. It becomes a point of residual revenue. It becomes a point of a cash pay service if they're in an insurance model. Or it becomes part of the program that they're paying for. So the moment we have a tool that a client can use away from us at home that we know is validated and it's going to bring them benefit, and we're still going to monitor them and check in with them and coach them on their progress and their results, everybody wins, and we create greater ways that we are of service as well as being able to impact our own bottom line.
I found that my patients were getting consistent results. As long as they follow my recommendations, 100% got results. And they appreciated the fact that as a chiropractor, that I had something else to offer them to help them. The fact that it does address the brain is consistent with our philosophy. Yes, it is a technology, but as we discussed earlier, there's more stress out there than ever. Not everyone can just take off and go to the beach for a few days. A lot of people have 2 jobs. This is something that can be done in 20 minutes at a time. So, and they can do it in the comfort of their home. There's so many benefits that really support helping our patients be the best they can be. Chiropractic makes me healthier and I love it and I feel more vibrant, but the BrainTap just gives me that extra special something that, you know, it's indescribable unless you try it. I do think everybody needs to try it and see for themselves.